Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing today? Welcome to Blackspin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love waking up in the morning fresh as a daisy. Then there are those times where I'm happy that I'm alive, but I just want to roll over. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to whatever day it is, to whatever time it is, and welcome to your higher self. I am Nikki, and this is Blackspin. So, today I wasn't gonna do this, but y'all, I just want to talk about this young lady, and I don't want it to seem as though that's gonna bother me the whole time, but I need to be able to see, and I can't find my other glasses with the light screen. There we go. Like, is that gonna bother y'all? I feel like Twilight Zone or something like wax on, wax off, wax oh, wax off. Okay. Maybe it's just me. What if I do like that? That would be great. Let me see if I can put a towel or something over it, like a light filter. Is that working? Is that doing anything, or is it just my imagination? Mm-hmm. Running away with me. Oh shit, that fell on the floor. God damn it. Let me stop making shit for me to pick clean though, because I don't feel like doing that. Okay, so I want to talk about this hood therapist real quick. And the reason why I want to talk about her is because um one, I really don't think the reason she got fired is the reason she got fired. But we're gonna look at her content and see, because now I can see black men coming together for to get rid of a black woman because they see us as competition and they see power in oppressing us. You know what I mean? So even though true power for men is oppressing other men, but anyway, we're not gonna go there. Hey, Marvel saying. So the reason why I feel as though she was terminated was because she came off quite indignant. All I watched is two of her videos, and I was like, let me go. Because at first I was being all sensitive and letting her victimize herself, but it's like, oh, that's how you conducting yourself. And then too, I found out that a black woman wrote an article and actually doxed her with her name, her information, the company that she works for. So it's like it was like worshiper on worshiper crimes here. you know, Cynthia say black male worshipers. They're very black male identified. They very much so see this image of black men, and they paint black men with the same good man brush. And they think that all black men have the potential to be good black men, and that is just not true. Someone who has five baby mamas and all you do is cash at them and give them a ride every now and then, that's not a good black man to me. To you, you're doing good by your children. To me, it's like you got five broken homes that you cannot attend to. You know what I mean? Then if you're at work most of the time. And if you're on the streets hustling, you hustling 12 to 18 hours a day. So it's like, when do you have time for your children? You don't. So let's just put a pin in it and leave that there. Right now, I want to talk to you guys about her. Now, I don't think, because I saw a couple of the videos where they say where she was actually telling black men to get therapy, and I don't think she was doing anything wrong. I agree with completely with what she said, but y'all are gonna see what I'm talking about. Come look at this. I'm gonna go right here. It's gonna cover my face up. It is. Oh well.
I'll fucking do it anyway. You know, my favorite flavor of ice cream is hardworking. I want to get something off my chest about the black man that thoroughly frustrates me. Can I do it? I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. See? You know, my favorite flavor of ice cream is hardworking black man, but I can't seem to find that flavor in the store no more. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck why. In my experience, specifically when it comes to dating.
Okay, so like you online, you on the line. You ever see that movie Google or Interns, whatever it's called? You're on the line. No bra in sight. Titties just flab and do what they want to do. I don't know what them pants is. Like, bro, lips looking like you Cheech and Chong and Chief, Big Chief, and you know what I mean? All your tattoos showing. So I'm like, Now, I'm gonna say this. she wouldn't have not been terminated had the black woman not doxed her. So, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't caught up in your shit, I would appreciate it if your panel was geared towards saving black women. You know what I mean? Because we could save ourselves. We could talk to each other about one another, or you could just save yourself from your toxicity. You know what I mean? But for you to try to, I don't want to say placate, for you to kind of try to rest in this false idealization that you have in your mind that these black men want to help themselves. They want to do better. You understand, we were what, 152, 153 years out of slavery, and we did better during Reconstruction than socially than we're doing now after desegregation. So it's like we went from here to down here. You know what I mean? And all of this was under the black male tutelage. You know what I mean? We were following them. They were our leaders, you know? This is why when I was on Themis and Throat, I was dipping up 5 minutes, dip back out, you know. Because I'm long-winded. I should be long-winded on my own channel, not disrespect that man's platform. But anyway, like I said on his channel when I was on my road trip, we are tired of listening. The black woman no longer wants to hear what you have to say because we listened to you during slavery where you told us this is going to help these pale faces out and share their land with them. You know what I'm saying? According to my great-great-great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandmother, the one I said I looked just like, but I never met her. According to her, she told them, leave them alone, kill them, put them out, don't let them in. No, that's according to her, as is passed down through the generations. And I'm more inclined to believe my the history is told to me by mouth versus his story. You know what I'm saying? Because tribally speaking, that's how family history is passed on. It's passed on by mouth. You know what I mean? Your great grandmother was this. Your great grandfather was this. They lived here. They did this. This is how they survived. This is what he was achieved. This is the Indian tribe he's from. This is the Indian tribe she's from. All of that is passed down by mouth. And try learning all that shit. It's kind of like when the Greeks go to Greek school. You see what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? The Jewish go to Jew school. They getting this stuff passed down word of mouth by their own culture. The people who are in that culture, in that race, in that ethnicity. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what we had back in a long time ago states. We had Indian school, you know what I mean? Which was just basically being homeschooled on tribal land for a certain amount of time before you went to public school. But I was like, say, I gotta get up out of here. Anywho, so I look like she's a beautiful girl. Don't get me wrong, but like you can't look like this on the internet if you're working for someone else. You know, it just doesn't work like that, you know? And that's just appearance wise. We're not gonna talk about the cursing and stuff like that she's doing. But let's keep going because the video I saw, this is mild. The video I saw, she was that mother effers and B's and H's. I'm talking about she was really indignant in the way she spoke. Like I was like, oh, like I know I curse on my channel. I know I curse, but is it that bad? Like I was embarrassed. I'm like, okay, girl, stop. You went through all that education. What's that? 12 years of general education, another 4 years undergrad, another 2 years to be a clinical therapist, or is it 4 years to be a clinical therapist? She probably did 8 years of college. She might have had to do 8 years of college. So you went through all that just to get on the line and try to have your viral moments. Now I understand her being very informal because that's how I am on my channel. Because I'm very informal because number one, I don't want to seem like I'm being facetious when I'm speaking. You know what I mean? And I want to penetrate through every mind. You know. Now some people might not like my cursing. Some of the more dignified people or more snooty people or someone who's reached a higher level of education than I, or at least on that same level of education. So they would be like, well, she could use better words, you know, because she's educated. And I get that. I can because I am. I choose to curse. It's not like the F-bomb slides out my mouth. There's other words I could use. You know, matter of fact, I think I'm making a more of a conscious decision to drop that foul language versus to not. You know what I mean? And I think that's because I want it to be like a bird's eye view where everyone can understand where I'm coming from and what I'm saying. And then other times I'm upset and it'll just come out. But very seldom is something gonna come out of my mouth that I didn't foresee coming out. That I didn't know what I was about to say, because I'm very well thought out when I speak. You know what I mean? So, frog in my throat. Sometimes you could see me thinking while I'm speaking, because I'm thinking before I talk. Before I said the word talk, I thought about saying it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, should I say speak again? Or should I say talk? You know what I mean? So I don't think that her being a clinical therapist, I don't think that was the appropriate way to try to reach the mass, because for her being a therapist, you could be on here very calm, very demure, and your good message is going to reach your good message. It's going to reach who it's supposed to reach. You know what I mean? And now I do understand shock value for all intensive purposes. I do understand who she was talking to. She was talking to very low vibrational people, and she wants them to vibrate higher. But the way you get someone to vibrate higher is not so much as taking on this negative caricature of how they currently behave, but it's more so letting them being yourself, and that may be her true self. Being yourself, being positive, being well spoken, being well thought out, and then drawing them in with that encouragement. You know what I mean? Because positivity is what's going to raise someone's vibrational level. It's not so much as coming at them on a negative level they're on and trying to get them to think as what you think, and then come in and try to speak properly. Like, that's not gonna work. It's like a parent, a mother saying that I'm my best friend, my daughter's best friend, but when best friends start acting up, now you want to hop into that mother role, and she's disrespecting you as if you just some hoe she hang out with. You see what I'm saying? So you can't put too much paint on a brush, because the colors get mixed up. Is all I'm saying.
Dating black men just off top want bitches to submit, but provide nothing to submit to. Nowadays, y'all don't even have the education or credentials to be talking to a bitch. Especially off the side of your neck.
Ooh.
I found that in a lot of intimate relationships, there's this pit-pat competition of who makes the most and who does this and who does that, when it should be a symbiotic relationship. Black men are so consumed with being dominant and being on top. For what?
Hey, Randy.
At the cost of dimming your bitch's shine.
Exactly, trying to dim a woman's shine.
They no longer respected me the moment I started making more than them. Dusty behavior. I want to get something off my chest about the black.
Not dusty behavior.
And please help me understand how y'all want bitches to submit to you, but don't do none of the work that's required for bitches to submit to you. Like, y'all think bitches just supposed to fold off the strength of y'all being a man? Please riddle me that one. Please help me understand how y'all want bitches to submit to you. I just can't stop saying it in titties. None of the work that's required for bitches to submit to you. Like, y'all think bitches just supposed to fold off the strength of y'all being a man? Please riddle me that one.
Talk about the therapist.
Please help me understand how y'all want bitches to. Okay, since y'all need an additional confirmation from a mental health professional, tell that dusty bitch to fuck off.
Ooh.
They fucking up your mental health. You gotta come talk to me every week because they in your life fucking it up. Fuck that dusty bitch. You know how we talk about boundary setting in session? Set the hard boundary of get the fuck out of my life. It's okay. You don't gotta be people pleasing like, oh my god, be my friend. Let me endure this fuck shit at the cost of... Fuck them. Your therapist say fuck them. So fuck them. Till it's time to fuck them. You feel me? Okay, since y'all need an additional confirmation from a mental health professional, tell that dusty bitch to fuck off. They fucking up your mental health. You gotta come talk to me every week because they in your life fucking it up. Fuck that dusty bitch.
Fuck them.
You know how we talk about boundary setting?
Sis ain't said nothing wrong. She hasn't said anything wrong, but it's the language. It's the language. Now, if she'd have said, you guys have to come sit in my chair every week because you refuse to let go of a relationship that's not serving its purpose. It's not doing you any good. You're coming to a therapist because you refuse to let this person go, where you can come and seek therapy to be healed from this person after you've let him go. That's the better way to have said that, and that's the better way to even increase your clientele. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to go to therapy and talk to this girl, talk to me like she my homegirl. My homegirl tell me to F that, and don't F with that no more. Look how he got you out here, B. Like, I could go to my homegirl and get that, baby. That's free. I need you to come in here and give me some actual clinical psychiatry. Let me know, like, look, this is what low self-esteem looks like. This is how it presents itself clinically. You know what I mean? This is what I'm going to therapy for, bro. I can get street counseling off the street. You understand what I'm saying? So with her being a black female in this industry, which is very underrated, and not only is underrated, but it's not that many of them. You know what I mean? So she missed out on a bag because she wanted to be the home girl. The home girl, the hood girl. Let me tell you something. No, ma'am. You work too hard to come up out the hood to still be vibrating that low. You can't be a therapist on such a low vibrational scale. You know, and I'm not here to read her because I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I tell my homegirls, bitch, leave that nigga all the time. Like, bro, he ain't serving no purpose. He ain't meaning you no well. I've been perpetually single for years, and I don't mind that because I could tell if you're gonna bring value into my life. I can tell. So it's like, why would I settle just so I could say I'm in a relationship? Just so I could say that I'm married? Just so I could say that this guy is claiming me? Like, don't claim me. She don't want to be claimed. Like what's really going on here? You know what I mean? So it's like, at what point? At what point are we going to kind of how to extricate ourselves from that ghetto mentality? You know what I mean? And I don't even think she don't even seem like she was even raised in the hood because I'm not gonna. How can I put it? Most women I know that are raised in the ghetto, that have went to college and graduated from that, they find a new vernacular. They find a new way to speak. They find a new way to carry themselves. You know what I mean? Because they have transcended that way of life, that way of thinking, that way of speaking. You know what I mean? And that's where they get that they talking white from. Because they know that Tamakisha, I just made that up. A girl who dated named Thomas and her mama named Keisha. I be thinking what I'm talking. So so Tamakisha can grow up in Greater Houston Fifth Ward, or she can grow up in Harlem before it got gentrified, or she can grow up in some ghetto in Louisiana or in Cincinnati, somewhere like that. You know, she could grow up in the Carolinas, in the ghetto part of the Carolinas, not the Gullah Geechee part, but the ghetto part. She can grow up in Tamakisha, can grow up in those places, and she can get a scholarship to Spelman, or she can go to Howard University, and then she can start to grow from there, and then she can get into a prestigious law school or a prestigious medical school. You know what I mean? By the time she makes it back to the Greater Fifth Ward or the Acres Homes or the Carolinas or the ghettos where she's from, she's gonna have a completely different vernacular, a different way of speaking because she's been surrounded by academia for the last 8 years. You see what I'm saying? So when she comes back and she says, "Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Like, I miss you girls so much." And instead of saying, "What's up, bitch? How you been, my nigga?" Like, you like, so this is what leads me to believe that this young lady she's probably visited a couple of ghettos, but she's not from one. Because when you get it out the mud, like your whole social construct of yourself changes. So I think that she's not from the ghetto, but she's trying to reach people of the ghetto to help them to not be ghetto. And that's not your ghetto business. It's not. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. So I feel like for her, her heart was in the right place, you know, trying to service the hood. I get that. But if you want to service the hood, honey, you can go to any county hospital in any state and go work there. And you will be servicing the hood. You'll be servicing the hood. Like, it'll be at a fraction of the cost that you will get from a clinical psychology firm that you were recently employed at. You're looking at from making maybe $80,000 a year to maybe 60 working with MHMRA. I mean, if you want to do clinical psychiatry for the hood, honey, you can do it. You can do it. But I'll tell you what, even a county hospital not gonna tolerate this bitch, this whole that shit on this internet. Like, why would you not have like, number one, use the surname? Duh. Blaquespan, this is Nikki. Child, stop. Number one, use a surname. Number two, make sure whatever industry that you're in, they're completely blocked off of your personal life. See, for me, I'm in oil and gas. So when I'm not in the office, when I'm in the field, I'm surrounded by thuggish, ruggish bomb. Because, you know, the first thing you do when you get out of prison is go get a TWIC card. I'm just saying, facts. So, you know, when child support then hit your background check and you can't hardly get no job nowhere else, you go blast some water. You know? So, you know, then you realize how much it pay out there. You don't go nowhere. That's how I got stuck. You gotta know how I went from law school to oil and gas. Child, baby, broke up with single mother. Johnny Cochran died the same year. The scholarship was dissolved. 2006 was a hell of a year. The only blessing I got that year was my child. I'm trying to tell you, girl. That was a hard year. So but even then, you know what I mean? I'm not on the internet saying, you know, oh my God, she is a clinical therapist. This young lady went to some sort of medical school. She did some sort of watching clinical trials. She knows how to analyze data. Like, it's not giving what it's supposed to have gave from a therapist. You know what I'm saying? So I get why a company will look at that and fire her. I get it. Because looking at this, I would fire her. You know what I mean? Now, I couldn't even severely reprimand her. Because it depends on how high up the corporate ladder did this go. Was it just the supervisors that saw it? Was it the where the money comes from? Is it if the money saw it, then you out of there. But if just the supervisor saw it, you had the time to kill this channel, get rid of this channel, block everybody. You had time to do that. You supposed to Google the CFO and the CEO, which is the chief financial officer and the chief executive officer of whatever company that you're working for. They supposed to be blocked automatically. You know what I mean? That company's supposed to be blocked. You know what I mean? Your page is supposed to be private. And then you have to go through your friend request and see who they're following before you can add them to your page. Because you need to know who they're following so that you will know, as they are linked to the company page. The janitor not even supposed to know you got a TikTok. That's just on me. So I didn't have my coworkers on the line. They're not following me on the line. Not on none of my social media, because if they follow me on the line and they're on my social media, then they can go report back my business. Oh, she doing this, she doing that, she said this, she said that. Honey, and if a black man don't come together to better themselves and to be fathers and brand in front of the community when they're rapists and pedophiles, they'll damn sure come together to get this bitch off the line. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Now, a black woman may have doxed her, but I bet it was black female worshipers, and it was also other black female therapists, and also black male therapists and black male coaches and black men. They came together. The worshipers who can't get a man and the black men who have women issues, who hate women, they went together and they got her fired. When really those two should date each other. They would make a great couple. Let's see what else she had to say, child. So no more of this shirt. Now, this is the shirt they got to fire, right? Not apology and plea.
Hello. I would like to make a video addressing my recent video calling for men to go to therapy.
They need to.
Now, I will say that, firstly, I would like to apologize for the colorful language that I used.
Oh,
but
no, we
want to express where
I want to show y'all the colorful language first. So if this is the apology, this must be the Black Men Go to Therapy video. So we were already there.
I got a question, and don't fuck me, but why do y'all fake emotional connection just to clap bitches' cheeks? I just wanted to fuck you. I didn't want you to sell me hopes and dreams of us talking in 5 years. I didn't want you to tell me how much you make and introduce me to your kids. I just wanted the cheeks. Why did you fake? Now I gotta talk about your punk ass in therapy. I gotta tell this bitch Why I hate you so much. Why? I just wanted to fuck. And you made it weird. Now I gotta grieve your ass. Now I gotta tell my homegirls, I miss him. And the shit was weak anyway. I just wanted to see what it did, to see what it does, to see what it do. And you wanted to play Scooby-Doo. Well, the mystery is you wasted my fucking time, bitch. Stop doing it. I got a question. And don't.
I mean, sis is telling the truth, but like,
fake emotional connection. Just
and I do see why.
I just wanted to.
More black women in the ghettoized communities would understand what she's saying. You know, I get that, but I think that she doesn't give. I think that she's not giving ghetto women the benefit of the doubt and thinking that they are intelligent enough to understand what she's saying had she not spoken in that way. You see what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. The most riveting intellectual conversations that I've had were in the ghetto. In the ghetto. You know what I mean? In the hood. Talking to people of the hood, from the hood. These people aren't slow by any means. And they don't talk like that. They even if they are from the ghetto and they have risen above their address, they still speak very dignified, very poised, very well spoken. You know what I mean? Like, I've had very, very intellectual conversations, and then when it come down to those sorrows, because y'all know I played Delta, but I left Delta. I left Delta where Delta was at. You know, we went to one protest together, and bitches left me there to get arrested, and I renounced all that shit, like fuck Founders Day and all of that. Like, I still got one jacket, and I don't even have my pledge jacket no more with my name on the back. So, look, anyway, all I'm saying is that, and then I've had the most low vibrational conversations on my intellectual equals. You know what I mean? Because we sit up, especially when we went to college together, we sit up and talk shit, kiki, gossip, and all that there. But when I speak to women from the other side of the tracks, they're not on that. Because they still trying to get from on the other side of the tracks. It ain't all glitter and gold over there. You know, they some haters over there too. But, you know, they're very well spoken. They talking about business, the companies they open, and what they doing, blase. So it's like, you don't have to speak like that to reach that side of the tracks. They understand regular English. You know, you don't have to curse at them and call them B's and H's to, like, that's gonna shut me down. You know what I mean? I might be that bitch that fell for this guy who manipulated me in order to have sex with me when he could have just said he just wanted to sleep with me because my ass was fat. But you don't have to call me that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make me feel bad. Because that language, if that was me, that would make me feel bad, her calling me out in such a way. You know what I mean? So that's probably why a lot of black women got mad. Because they were probably offended. Because they've been that bitch. But don't nobody want to be called that bitch after being that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just say, you know, and I know she's talking to men right now, but it's the way that she's saying it where it's a duality in the conversation where she could be talking to either or. It's duplicit. She's talking to both of us because she's talking to the bitch that's allowing this dude to come forge these bonds within you and with your family just to sleep with you. And then she's talking to the guy that's doing it, knowing that he only wants to sleep with her. You know what I mean? So she's talking to the victim and the victor. You know what I'm saying? You could tell in her language. So, yeah, I can get the offense. Now, me, personally, I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have doxed her. That's where they went wrong at. Like, if you're older in this certain genre of medical practice, then you should reach out to her and say, hey sis, I understand you're new and what you're doing on TikTok is great. I applaud you. But I would give you this one piece of advice. Stop using such profane language. And then maybe dress a little different. Don't be too comfortable on the line. You know, put on the proper undergarments, at least. Now, there's nothing wrong with having on a tank top and some jogger pants she has on. There's nothing wrong with that. But when the boobies are flapping, and that's seen as nudity on a corporate level. Like, she's nude because it's obvious she doesn't have underwear on. You see what I'm saying? So You know, if I was an older person in the clinical psychiatry field or therapy field or whatever it may be, I would have just I'd have tapped on the shoulder and talked to. Well, Monique said, "Hey, beloved," tap you on the shoulder. Hey, beloved. I would have did a Monique on her. You know, I'd have got Monique on her. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have put her real name, her real phone number, or address. Like, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? But that's how they run these online streets. It's not because, and it is not because. Understand me. It is not because they could have okay, I'm not gonna say it was not because I don't know the true intention behind it. But it's speculation on my part that it wasn't because they were upset. That young lady was probably jealous. She probably has more followers. She's probably doing more on the internet. And once you start reaching a certain amount of followers and getting a certain amount of views, there's a check that comes with that. You see what I'm saying? So at this point, girl, she got to keep doing what she doing and keep cussing and keep telling herself low vibrational people and thinking they're going to vibrate on a different level. At this point, you got to keep on going with this shit now. Because you already had your viral moments. You already built up your following. Now it's time to start a YouTube channel and get money from TikTok and YouTube at this point. Because you have all but messed up your career. And if you want to go back to the career, as soon as you found out you was doxxed and people was hitting your bosses up, it was to get off the line. That was get off there. Get off! Bitch, I'll go. It is time to go. Let me read this comment real quick, y'all. I've been here looking for a therapist just like her. I hope she opens up a practice. I hope so too. And I will be her first client. I am a software development engineer making over 6 figures. I need to hear it raw. See, so there is someone out there for everybody. You know, so maybe she needs to go that route. And according to Mr. Carter, they don't mind being talked to like that. Like, what the fuck is you doing with your life? Get your motherfucking ass together. You know, some people want to be talked to like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they can respect it more because they feel like you're coming from a very vulnerable, authentic place. So I can see that, Mr. I thank you for your comment, Ronnie. I can see that. And you know what? Maybe she does need to take her TikTok money, open up her own practice, start small. You can even rent an apartment. You don't have to be no office. You can go rent you an apartment in a nice little area and turn that into an office. And you'll come off cheaper. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's do that. You know what I mean? If they like it raw. But from a corporate standpoint, you know you were incorporated, you're working for a corporation, you're working for a company with other doctors who may be just let me tell you something. Therapists are the main people that need therapy. That's why they look into psychology anyway, because they want to understand their own mind, their own self. For any good therapist, or psychiatrist, period, they were their own first client. You see what I'm saying? So she should have given herself a little therapy. And she should have said, okay, let me tell them this. She should have reeled herself in. You know what I mean? But she didn't say nothing wrong.
And have pride in himself. So what the fuck in your beautiful ass mental health make you think he gonna have pride in you? He's not. So what we gonna do, man? What we gonna do? You need to elevate yourself and get out that toxic, dusty ass situation that is dimming your shine, boo boo. Yes. It's dimming your shine. And how I know, because I was with a dusty bitch that was dimming my shine, and we don't dim for no bitch no more. That's not happening. So if you in a situation and you're thinking to yourself, damn bitch, did this bitch even like me? He probably don't, because he don't even like his motherfucking self. Yeet! So baddie, what do we do? Find somebody on the same spiritual path, the same spiritual level, the same healing level as you. Listen, I know the shit is just nice and maybe looking real, but like, substance, bitch. Substance. Hello, it's your favorite baddie, mental health professional, back at it again with the insights. Baby girl, he don't even have pride in himself. So what the fuck in your beautiful ass mental health make you think he gonna have pride in you? He's not. So what we gonna do, man? What we gonna do?
I like her. I can't help it.
Elevate yourself and get out that toxic, dusty ass situation that is dimming your shine, boo boo. It's dimming your shine. And how I know, because I was with a dusty bitch that was dimming my shine. And we don't... Okay, since y'all need an additional confirmation from a mental health professional, tell that dusty bitch to fuck off.
See, all y'all screaming, this the therapist I need.
You gotta come talk to me every week because they in your life fucking it up. Fuck that dusty bitch. You know?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like her. I don't mind her cursing. But I understand why she got fired.
On Twitter, I went viral because a bunch of men got butthurt for me telling them to better themselves. They're mad because I called them dusty bitches and wanted them to be accountable for their fuck shit behavior. But, like, go off, king. Be shitty. That's fine with me. Like, I was dead ass like, hey, go talk about the shit that hurts you and plagues you and has traumatized you. So you can basically learn the emotional vocabulary required to express yourself to make your life easier. And they were like, fuck this bitch!
They're like, fuck this bitch!
Now, I know a lot of y'all think the only socially acceptable response
I'm sorry.
to things that you don't like is anger. But I'm here to tell you, when you go to therapy, you learn a variety of emotions. And when you learn to communicate those things, your life gets easier. But instead of being accountable, you want to displace your hatred for your father on me. Go talk to somebody about why that is. So yesterday on Twitter, I went viral because a bunch of men got butthurt for me telling them to better themselves. Worst therapist of all time. Let's get into it.
Okay, so now that's an insult. I'm not going to say she's the worst therapist of all time. Because, like I said, when I get this type of language and verbiage from my homegirls, like, girl, man, fuck that shit. No, you can do this. You got this. Like, I appreciate that. But then, there's some who won't. You know, I had a homegirl, maybe about like 4 years ago. About 4 years ago, she was with this dude. He wasn't treating her right, you know. It was very, it was like, have you ever been in a situation where there was micro-racism? Where they'll say things not completely racist, but you get the racist undertone? So that's how he was with his language. He was very abusive with his language. But it was like undergird in between two compliments. Like, it's like a mental control. And she could probably tell you better than me what I'm trying to say. But because she knows the correct verbiage. But she said, I told him to get their emotional vocabulary. But they said, fuck this bitch. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that. No, look, I'm not going to make this video too long. So, we got like another 10 minutes and I'm out. So, and I told her, I said, man, leave that N-word. This is, okay, I'm going to say how I said it. Leave that nigga alone, bro. He's hurting your feelings every time he talking. You're not even realizing that's why you're so sad on the inside. Because your mind is understanding what he's saying. Like, you mentally understand what he's saying. Because when he's slipping those insults in there, you know what I mean? You understand what he's saying. And that's the part of the conversation that's hurting you. You know what I mean? It's not the sugary layer on top or the froth, you know, the froth on top. It's the liquid in the middle. You know what I mean? That's got you feeling like that. So you feel so low because he really talking down to you on the slick tip. And he's just going to keep graduating up until he's just all right cussing your ass out and he's slapping the shit out of you, bro. That's what's supposed to fucking happen. This nigga's going to start slapping on you in a little bit. So, they got to go out. My dog got to go outside. So a couple years later, he was outside her head. And she left him. I'm glad she left him. But normally, by the time a woman gets denigrated like that verbally and they get to the point where they're getting physically assaulted, they feel like they deserve it. So luckily, he didn't really break her mental down the whole time he was verbally abusing her. She understood that she was getting abused, but the violence was her last straw. Luckily, that was her last straw. Because that could have continued. And it could have leached onto her children. And she had daughters. I'm like, bro, this man, is this offensive? I thought I heard my doorbell. Did you hear that? Okay, I'm coming. This man is this offensive. Right? And he has no problem with that. So naturally, he'll think he can slap the shit out of you. You know what I mean? And it's like she didn't get none of that. She had to get slapped. You know? And your daughters are beautiful. He don't respect you, but he's awfully nice to them. Like, you know, I don't... Girl, please, bye. So, some people don't respond to that. You know, sometimes you have to be delicate with a softie, you know. But I think her as a therapist, she knows who to talk to and how to get through to them. Because we all know there's 8 different intelligences. There's 8 different ways to communicate the one thing to somebody. So I think that just calling her the worst therapist of all time is very insulting. I think she's probably one of the best therapists of all time. You know what I mean? To be honest. Because she's not saying anything wrong. Every woman especially completely agrees with her. And this is the kind of therapy and psychology that they really need. Something that's going to break through the ignorance of their mind and get them to realize, hey, wake up. I get it. But as all corporations are concerned about branding and how they are looked upon. And that's the part that got her fired. See, because them good white folk don't need them thinking they got this out of control nigga bitch on their payroll. And that's how I said it. Because that's really what they was thinking. Okay? That's really what they was thinking. They probably didn't even look at the video enough to see how insightful and how good of therapy she's doing. They probably didn't even read the comments where people were saying there's a lane for this type of raw therapy. You know, where they could have made an extra buck off her. I would have got her off the line, made her change her name. I'd have made her lie since she was fired, and I'd let her do this off-brand raw therapy on the slick side, and I'd charge motherfuckers insurance double for it. But that's just me thinking like a true capitalist. It must be some Democrats that fired it because some Republicans would have saw $1 in it. That's why I vote Republicans. Republicans want money. They don't give a fuck how much money is circulating out there. Let it out there. Right? And they're not gonna come back and blame you for the money that's being circulated out there and then have all your cost of living expenses to rise because of how much money is circulating out there. They're not fit to do that to you. See, Republicans about that bread. That's why Trump was handing out so much. That's why Trump didn't give a damn about H. Look, I'm tired of y'all coming to me every year asking for some money. What's the problem? Here Spelman. Here Morehouse. Here HBCU. Here's your money. Stop asking me every year for the same dollar. Shit, motherfucker. Here, you ain't got to ask me no more. Here. You know? Now, what Joe Biden say? Hey, man, give me that shit back. That's literally how recessions are caused. You know what I mean? Because the inflation of the dollar, the money's inflated. That's the first step to a recession. And then prices rise, right? And then you really can't afford that. The increased living expenses, therefore, bam, recession. In case y'all didn't know. So, y'all dumbasses got all, I told y'all, put that money up to Trump giving y'all. All right? Because them niggas that hating on Trump, he ain't going to be there that long. Put that money up Trump giving y'all. That way you don't put too much money in circulation and it doesn't cause inflation and then you don't be in a recession. But nope, nobody listen to Polar Low me because I'm just Polar Low me, one little Facebook. Then nobody won't listen to me when I say, y'all got to vote for Trump. It's too much money out there. Them Democrats don't like that shit. Democrats are not capitalists. They take power, hold power, harness power for the elite. Democrats are elitists, motherfucker. Republicans are Republicans. They are capitalists. They don't give a fuck how power look, what color power got on it, as long as power got some goddamn money. Shit. God damn it. Why you think he got Angela Statner voice? Shit, he about that bread. But anyway, so, you know, Democrats fired her. Republicans would have hired her. That's a little political science lesson for y'all, in case y'all didn't know. So I get it. So she told them to get some help. And then she apologized. I would like to she put on some shorts. She put on some clothes.
My recent still no bra. Calling for men to go to therapy. Now, I will say that first.
I want y'all to look at this comment. Never apologize to ease someone else's discomfort. You're not doing anything wrong. You're making a difference. Yes, girl. I like that. I like that a lot. Because I wouldn't have apologized. I'd have told him, suck it. Speaking of Trump, who is more raw than Trump? Nobody. But I like Trump. Trump told his... Hold on. Oh, you can still hear me? Trump told his black constituents, I'm the one that ain't fucked you over. I'm not the person that ain't fucked you over, babe. What else you got? You might as well vote for me. Oh, my head hurt. Ooh. Ooh. Jump to all them niggas, man. Look out, bro. I'm the best thing you got, man. I'm getting y'all out of prison. At least y'all know Trump would have been run over to Russia and got that old tall ass basketball player chick up out of there. Got Dennis Rodman old goofy ass going out. Even though Dennis Rodman did hang out with the president's son. Oh, Lord. Okay. Don't make me laugh, Ronnie. We talking about something else. Trump talk them niggas. What you got to lose? You gonna lose your shirt and your life fucking around with Biden. What you got to lose fuck with me? You are already the poorest. You already a permanent underclass. You what else you got to lose? I'm sorry. Then y'all let Biden come tell y'all. Y'all let Biden come tell y'all not black if you don't vote for me, bitch. Mr. Three Strike Laws, Miss Mandatory Minimums, Mr. Own Prisons himself, Mr. Ex-Vice President who had 2 terms to do something and did nothing. The Obama administration was the worst administration on black people. That's for damn sure. Anyway, I made a video about it like 2 years ago. Go look. All right. That was funny, Ronnie. Thank you for the laugh, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. I hope you're a guy. I'm calling you brother. You a guy, right? Because I know a girl named Ronnie. Whatever, Ronnie. I'm sorry. It's a multi-sexual name. It can be either. I'm just gonna call you Precious. Ain't my Precious? What Monique say? Okay, y'all. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't have apologized. I don't even want to hear the apology.
I would like to
I wouldn't apologize
for the colorful language that I used, but
I think that she was trying to save her job. I think that's why she apologized for the colorful language that she used, because she finally got the memo that although she was correct, it was very indignant to be doing it. Okay? So hopefully this video means with one door closed, another door opens, and she's gotten she was crying. Oh, don't cry. Oh, she's crying. Stop. Don't you cry. See, and look at how her views have plummeted. Now look at when she giving it raw, she 600K. 100K. Now that you apologizing, like, bro, fuck them. She's still on here, huh? She has beautiful hair.
Question. What the fuck did I do to make this? Seriously, what did I say? I'm not tripping. Listen, I don't have to fucking go to work. I don't care. What did I say though? Like what part fucked y'all up so bad? Was it the dusty? Was it the go to therapy? Was it emotional intelligence? What was fucking y'all up so bad? Because y'all obviously understood what the fuck I was saying. So what about it made y'all like call my workplace? That just feels like such an extreme thing to do. You called a job spot? Because I said you was fucking dusty? I just want to know, at what moment in time do y'all start to give a fuck about yourselves? Like, people are comparing me to Kevin Samuels, and I'm just like, I know y'all lost y'all father, and I'm so sorry for that, but like, when did I ever tear y'all down? Because I said your behavior was shitty? What? Huh? What?
See, and that's why Kevin Samuels started degrading black women, because when he was talking to men, telling them to wash their ass and wash their drawers, they was reporting him and trying to get him off the internet. But when he started cussing out women and telling women they average at best, and they start falling behind him. See, black men are very abusive in that way. socially. And I do believe that there is a place there where she can possibly heal these guys. But honestly, leave them behind at this point. You know what I mean? Let black male therapists therapize these black men, because you're going to hurt yourself trying to do it. Now you ain't got to go to work. You lost a job that you clearly loved, in a career that you clearly loved, trying to tell these black men to do better. Like, bro, if they want to do better, they would do better. They know how to get rid of all the dope dealers in the hood. They don't want to. Matter of fact, they want to be just like them. So it's like, let them do what they're going to do. They always want to blame the system. I'm going to tell you what. When they were dropping off crates of guns in the hood, y'all opened them crates and used them guns on each other. Instead of stockpiling them, creating your own arsenal so we can deal with the Coast Guard when they come to try to get us to calm down. When they try to coil our insurrections. That's what you could have saved them guns for. To fight the white man that you got all this beef with. But instead, you did it to each other. When they put cocaine and crack in your neighborhoods, you know what I mean? I don't think no black man figured out how to cook crack. Somebody showed him and he ran with it. So, but when they put cocaine and crack in your neighborhoods, you didn't have to sell it to your own people. That could have been a way for you to do medical warfare on them and get them hooked on it. Say, Heather, try this. Hey, Johnny, try this, Johnny. I'm telling you, Johnny, it's better than Coke, man. And it's cheaper, too. I'll give you the hookup, bro. You didn't do that. You didn't use that against your enemies. You used it against your own people. So, when pimping was pimping is pimping. When pimping became a culture, I got a homeboy who was a pimp. He refused to pimp any black woman. He only pimped white bitches. He said, number one, because a black girl don't know how to mind. She gonna feel like she can do it herself. And number two, I'm paying them back for slavery. Only pimp white girls. So why did you do this to your own people? You had a choice. If I find a crate of guns, I am going to lock them, load them, and keep them. Like, I'm going to keep them. And you like, come on, man, y'all. It's like you want to blame this proverbial white man for all your problems when you caused your problems. They just gave you the rope and you hung yourself with it. It is what it is. Just like this whole this plea for white and biracial women. They gave that to you. Once I'm gonna say this and then I'm out. This has nothing to do with the therapist. Once they figured out, because they were scared of you medically at first, because they thought your melanin was powerful, because they knew who they stole all these countries from, all these continents from. They knew you as a people, even though they tried to tell you that you are African, you're not. You're not one myopic race of people, okay? But they knew that there was something special about that melanin. That's why they had that disease, nigritude. Don't touch them, you'll catch it. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't understand you medically. That's why they did all those experiments on men and women and, they were just trying to invent medical tools. No, they wasn't. Bitch, they were trying to see what was so special about your ovaries. How you think they found mitochondrial DNA? By experimenting on some poor black woman. You know what I'm saying? And her bones. So, and when they realized, okay, melanin can really be molded into anything. You know what I'm saying? When they realized that, okay, we can actually turn black people white and then have more white people. When they realized that, then they started saying, fuck them anti-miscegenation laws. Let them get married, let them stay. Because white people was dying out. Yellow fever, smallpox, baby, over there in England, the Black Plague, they were dying out. They could not survive. The sun was killing them in rapid rates and still is. You know what I'm saying? They could not survive. Had it not been for you, your dick, and your melanin. You gave them the will to survive. So black men are very much so white, male, and woman identified. They're very much so white identified. They're very white identified. Go look at my my video, Refusal of Separate But Equal, and I'll break it all down to you there. So just understand. I know I went off on a tangent, and I'm so sorry, Ronnie. You don't have a picture up, and I don't know what that white thing is in that picture. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. Ronnie's a young lady. I apologize wholeheartedly. That was my wholehearted look. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and like the live, you guys. So once they realize you're not a threat medically, you know what I'm saying? Once they realize they can use your scrotum to give birth to more white people, that's when they started those breeding camps. Think about it. Right along the time when they realized what melanin really was about, that's when they start those breeding camps. Read the Rabbit Proof Fence if you don't believe me. They made it a movie. I don't know what the name of the movie is, but it was all about a breeding camp where they would rape black girls, then rape the biracial girls, and then have those babies grow up and do more raping. And then if you look on the Spanish islands of North America, that means shit. If you look at the Spanish islands, then you also see a federal law called blanqueamiento, where they were doing the same thing, the whitening. Now, if you Google blanqueamiento, you're going to get a lot of Mexican dentists talking about whitening your teeth. So you have to put in like a federal law, federal program, or you have to put something in there like that if you want to Google it. You have to be very specific when using blanqueamiento because it literally means whitening. Look at it. Y'all want to know how Cardi B and them people got white? This is why they Euro Latinas. Those are Euro Latinas. Spanish is from Europe. That's a language from Europe, from Spain, over yonder, across the pond. That sound British? Across the pond? Maybe not. That's my bruschetto accent. So yeah. So when they realized melanin wasn't a threat. So now they want you to have sex with Becky and them. But you're not going to get no top tier white woman. You never catch Paris Hilton, who's heir to a throne. You never catch Nikki Hilton. Justin Bieber didn't even marry a black woman. And all that time he spent finessing the black culture. Miley Cyrus is not finna mess with no nigga. Like, come on. Fat Joe either. Y'all, just stop it. Stop it. I quit. I'm not going to talk about that no more because I did too many videos explaining y'all the biology of blackness. Okay? You're welcome, Ronnie. What she needs to know is that this is her time to blow up. She needs to imagine consulting to take her to the next level. Yeah, she needs to. See, at this point, but right now she's in her defeated stage. And she don't need to be there. I'm trying. Y'all know I gotta get quiet when I'm typing. Y'all know I'm a pecker. Why does it say T here? I was trying to say there. All right. Let me capitalize this. Okay. And post. So I just want to come over here and talk about that because I know why she got fired. You know what I mean? Those white folks was like, nah, I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? Because from a corporate level, I get it, but from a social level, I don't understand why she got doxxed in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw this video, which is what made me. This is really a response to this video here. I saw this video, and this guy's a complete douche. Let me see. He was. Did I put a T in there? Shit. Y'all know I can't type. I'm gonna stop saying what I can't do. I can type very well. I'm a typist. Is that a word, typist? I gotta find this guy. I want y'all to hear what this guy had to say. This fruit basket. I ain't gonna call him gay, but look.
So if you listen to her rant, it sounds like her. She's saying her employer unemployed her because she made statements about black men, and black men basically came together to million-man report her as to her employer. Sis, that shit had nothing to do with us. Like, yes, when you get on social media and you make viral videos making blanket statements about black men or anybody or any group of people, and it don't just mean you, it could be anybody, you are going to have your employer looking at options. More or less, what's the damage control? Is it going to cost us to keep her on the payroll, or should we just cut ties? This has nothing to do with, we came together for no other reason but to get you fired.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all did. Because her employers wouldn't have been looking at her content. This girl had been creating content for a long time. They wouldn't have been looking at her content had y'all not brought it to their attention. Had that black woman not wrote that article and put her information in it and doxed her, had she not done that, y'all, because one thing y'all not going to do is y'all due diligence. Once that black woman did the research for y'all, y'all were more than happy to go and dox her and snitch and tell on her. This is crazy for you to think that y'all wouldn't do that. Yes, y'all will come together against a woman. It's coming together against men y'all got a problem with. Y'all scary asses. Y'all can't dox me. You niggas is scared. These niggas scared. They scared. They scared. They scared of other men. They scared. Girl, stop. How you think you got to be a slave? Because these scary ass niggas won't want to die for your motherfucking freedom. That's why. What you talking about? Shit. What? I'd have been a terrible slave. Yeah, I'd have fucked master, but I'd have poisoned everybody that same night. All of them would have been sick, dying. They'd have thought they had yellow fever by the time I got done with their ass. You putting your feet on my baby's back because you got gout in your feet? Bitch, I'm finna kill you. Fuck you think this is? All right, I'm just let you outside. Hold on, baby. Let me see. Yes, this was reported by black men to her employer. She simply suggested black men seek therapy and feelings were hurt. She got fired. Shameful. That's what she get. You sound like a bitch. Facts. No, they fired her because the company didn't like the coverage of men complaining. Thank you. I don't know if coverage was used right, but okay. And the unaccountability continues. Bro, it was a black woman that wrote the article that got to her boss. And see, that gives, and I hate that she did that because that gives enough black men more ammunition to say that, see how they treat themselves. You know how they use black on black crime. Black women don't appreciate black women. And then I bet that therapist. I'm gonna go try to find her, but she might be a lonely black woman, and she's fighting for these men who won't even sleep with her. And it's free cat. I want to read this article and do another video on it. How do you reply to somebody? You can't reply? Oh, it goes down there. Okay. All right, I got to let my dog out, guys. So at the end of the day, the therapist was basically fired. Hold on. The therapist was fired because of her indignant comments, and we can get, and I understand her indignant language. That's what I think it was. You know what I'm saying? I think that attention was brought to it because of the fact that she don't like y'all. Like, not that she don't like y'all, but y'all don't like her is what I meant to say. And y'all don't want nobody to tell y'all, oh, go get help. Oh, you can do better. Because for you to go and get help, you would have to admit that there's something wrong. And then that's something black men are not going to do at all. I love y'all. I have another video coming up after I let them go use the restroom, but then I got some business to go handle. But we're going to be talking about that black guy who was blaming. I'm going to show y'all what we about to talk about. He crying too much. Y'all, I gotta go. I gotta let him out. I don't like it when he cries. It makes me sad. Okay. I love you guys. This is blaquespan. I will be back in like 2 minutes. I love you guys. Trust me, y'all